It's gonna be a great day. The sun is shining, the day is bringing surprises, so I gotta do my thing and help my friends win. We're on a collective mission to elevate our positions, to collect the funky dividends. So I offer a helping hand to my fellow sisters and brothers, encouraging them to...
Thank you for watching my 2023 December update. Hi everyone, welcome back to Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. This is not only my end of December update, it's going to also give you the totals for 2025. It has been a good year overall. However, as you saw in my mid-December update, December was nothing but crash and burn. So let's get right into it. For charitable donations this month, I donated $48.54. For restaurants, I spent $159 because I went on vacation this month to meet another YouTuber in Louisiana. For my puppy, for a Christmas gift, I spent $580 to buy my puppy daycare days at the daycare center. He loves doggy daycare. For vacation hotels, I spent $128.48. Vacation gas, $110.69. Regular gas, I have not spent any money because most of my gas was spent just going and coming from Louisiana. Also on Amazon, I spent $127.27. December was an extremely spendy month, and I had very little income compared to normal to cover all of my spending. So I went into the hole. I spent $1,208 on medical. That is between a dental appointment that I had, which was very expensive. I was not planning on that prior to December, and also my A1C glucose monitor. This money, I save the receipt and I invest the money from my HSA into the stock market. Someday I will use the receipts, take out the money, quadruple tax-free. For Sam's Club, I spent $134.07. That's not too bad for Sam's Club because I was stocking up for January. Just a quick note that no cash was pulled out in the month of December. I did have high spending at Walmart because I needed to buy myself a space heater, which cost quite a bit of money, but also I went to Walmart multiple times getting things for my puppy. That's $512.89. As you can tell already, I'm well over my $900 spending limit that I try to keep myself to. The total for the month of December was $2,961.35. But as you'll notice, last month in November, I was actually under my $900 a month spending limit. So December was just a total loss. However, we're going to now get into what my investments have done and what the year is in total, because 1 month does not make a year total. Let's look at my credit card spending and the payments that I made on my credit card during the month of December. I spent on my credit card $7,479.49. I did get the car cover for my car, which came out of my credit card in December, plus car insurance and a lot of other things on my credit card. That's why that's so high. I only paid $2,308 on my credit card. I started the month only owing $20.91. I was almost debt-free on my credit card. However, my balance in 1 month has jumped back up to $5,170.75, as I mentioned in my mid-month crash and burn video. However, I plan to pay this off within 2 months. I started December owing $30,000 on my line of credit. I paid the minimum payment, which was also the interest, of $802.69. I used on my line of credit $2,544.19. That means that I ended up owing $32,544.19. When you add that to what I used on my credit card, I increased what I owed $7,714.94. So I'm in the red for December, as we knew was going to happen. So how did I end the month in just my retirement accounts? Well, at the beginning of December, I had $135,500. At the end of December, I had $136,450 in my retirement accounts. And I put very little into my retirement accounts, as I was bringing most of my W-2 income from the colleges home. Well, everyone, this is Editing Daryl. I forgot to include my savings rate when I did the video. So I am now back in here. I'm going to insert this somewhere in the video, hopefully before I give you my annual totals. But this is my savings rate as of April, when I started bringing money home from my retirement accounts and from my W-2 income from teaching, because I knew that I was going to have expenses related to buying real estate in April and May, so I needed that money. So my ending savings rate is 31.8% for the year of 2025. I am starting 2026 with, again, a goal of a 70% savings rate. And so that is what I expect to start the year with. We will see, if I don't buy real estate in 2026, how high can I keep that savings rate throughout the year of 2026. This is Editing Daryl again. I also forgot to mention my cash flow from my rentals. I had 9 months of positive cash flow and 3 months of negative cash flow. But overall, throughout the year, it was barely positive. This is my first year of tracking cash flow monthly and annually. So in 2026, I will be able to look back at the end of 2025 and see my improvements in cash flow. Let's look at my annual totals, just to finish this out. In my retirement accounts, they have gone up 18.6%. Those are my W-2 accounts that I have with my 3 colleges. Also, I have an account still with the federal government, which has a very tiny amount of money in it, but it went up 18.09%. So basically 18% on all of my retirement accounts. My teaching income for the year, which was down a lot because one college really did not give me very many classes at all this year, I had a lot of free time, was $56,421.40. My pension, which again is tiny from the federal government, was $23,784. So that added up to $80,000, which is what I made as a W-2 employee for the federal government for almost the last 10 years that I worked for the federal government. Now, when you add in my Social Security, which starts in January, and I get the first check in February, so I'm only counting 11 months of Social Security in 2026, that would be $31,955. So in 2026, my guesstimate is that my income goes up from $80,000 to $112,000. Now, I'm in retirement. This is not counting my rental cash flow. This is just what I'm expecting from teaching income, Social Security, and my pension. So, as you can see, my income keeps increasing in retirement. So I am expecting to make quite a bit more and pay down quite a bit of debt in 2026. And also, I wanted to look at my net worth increase for the whole year. So my net worth has gone up 14% for the entire year. Now, this does not mean that I'm some kind of genius and that I've done everything right. No. I had to write off loans to the tune of $150,000. So I lost a lot of money this year and still had a 14% increase in my net worth. And that's because I bought rental properties in 2025. They increased my net worth because of the equity that I had in the rental properties at the time that I purchased them. I purchased them at a discount, is basically what I'm saying. So in 2026, no more buying rental properties. In 2026, we take all excess income and pay down debt. Also, we take the excess income and build an emergency fund, also called a prudent reserve. Thank you for watching my 2025 December update and also my 2025 full year update on how my finances went in 2025. Remember, never let your past determine your future.